Chapter 7 of The Grapes of Wrath is written in an unsung art form of language if there ever was one, the language used car dealers weave to sell cars. A head salesman wants his sales staff to use techniques like quoting a high price for a car and then working the price down. Many of the cars are run down. The head salesman actually wants jalopies because he can buy them cheap and sell them for twice the price. Using an intense, direct jargon and hands-on sales pitch, the head salesman puts a car that is a great bargain on a platform to entice customers in. But he never sells that car. He even instructs his staff to kick out people who are taking too long to make up their minds. He tries to soften up customers by being friendly at first. A tenant farmer says he can't pay more than $50, which is the price quoted by another salesperson. The head salesman says that he'll have to fire that salesperson. He can't sell the car for less than $60. The tenant says he can trade a pair of mules. Head salesman finds humor in the offer. He has no use for mules. The tenant says he might go to another dealer. The salesman accuses the tenant of wasting his time. The tenant says he has to get a car to go to California. The salesman pretends he's giving the tenant a great deal and offers to buy the mules cheap. He tells the tenant to put down a deposit for the car and pay the rest on installments, using guilt to close the deal. The tenant agrees. After the sale, the salesman reveals how he exploited the tenant by selling the car for way more than it's actually worth. The head salesman is so busy selling cars to tenant farmers that he doesn't have time for lunch. He gets tough with a tenant who bought a car and wants to return it. The selling of cars to tenant farmers goes on and on in a cycle of exploitation. Chapter 7 showcases the theme of selfishness by stressing how used car dealers can exploit those who have little money but need a vehicle. The head salesman views customers as objects to be manipulated and cheated. He has his salesmen use various manipulative techniques, such as convincing the woman to buy, knowing that the man will go along. The cars often have problems, such as shot upholstery. The farmers have little money and need to travel to find work to feed their families. The used car dealers take advantage of the farmers' desperation and sell them shoddy merchandise for too great a price. The quality of the merchandise makes no difference to the head salesman. On the contrary, he takes pride in selling shoddy cars to customers for much more than they're worth. He wants more and more jalopies to sell, whether they run or not. All that matters are the profits. He can sell these cars for much more than he bought them for, which connects him to the bank monster and its need for more and more profits.